Nisa Nature, and today we're reading the story about compassion. Compassion. You'll see what that big word means. It has an ant and a bee in there. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was an ant traveling through the forest one summer morning. His name was Andy. He was busy looking for food to take home to his family at the ant home. Suddenly he heard something. Help! Bzz, 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 help! Bzz, bzz, bzz. Andy looked around and saw that a bee was lying on her side, not far from his ant trail. Usually the bees were in the air, or on a flower, or sucking up nectar, or gathering pollen. I wonder why this bee is on the ground, he thought. Being a compassionate ant, there's that big word, Andy left his task and scurried over to the side of the bee. That means he's a kind bee. What happened, he asked the little bee on the ground. A big gust of wind came, knocked me into the tree, and I fell down. Thank you for asking. That is so kind and compassionate of you. By the way, my name is Beatrice. Beatrice smiled at Andy in a way that made him feel really warm and soft inside his heart. Do you think that you can fly home? Asked Andy, feeling really concerned for his little new bee friend. I don't know. My wing feels kind of stiff, Beatrice said. Trained in insect first aid, Andy examined the bee's wing. It doesn't look broken, he told her. That's good. I think you may need to give it a rest for a few days. And then you'll be all right. Oh my goodness, how will I get home to my beehive, said Beatrice. I need to bring them the nectar and the pollen. Then Andy did a very compassionate deed. I will carry you home to your hive on my back. Oh, wow! That is so kind and compassionate of you, said Beatrice. It's really far, you know. It's across the stream and past that rotten log. Oh, said Andy, that rotten log is where we have our bee home. I know exactly where that is. Don't be concerned. I can do it. I'm a very strong ant. You know, ants can carry many, many times their weight on their backs. And then, so Andy was determined to help his friend. So he carefully lifted Beatrice onto his back, and they started off on their journey all the way back to the beehive where Beatrice was from. It took the whole rest of the day for Andy to walk with Beatrice on his back. And then they had to cross the stream. Luckily, he said, I'm good at rock hopping. Finally, they made it to Beatrice's hive. And 900 of Beatrice's bee sisters came out to greet them and said, thank you, buzz, 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 thank you, Andy, buzz, 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 buzz. And guess what? The bees had a good idea. They didn't want Andy to have to walk all the way back to his anthill, so guess what they did? A whole bunch of the bee sisters took the side of the big leaf. Andy climbed on top of the leaf, and they flew him back to his ant home. Wasn't that a good idea? And something else good happened as a result of Andy's good and compassionate deed for his friend Beatrice the bee. In the fall, when food can get a little bit scarce for the ants, the bees did a really good deed. Guess what that was? A huge present in the form of a honeycomb with honey dripping out of it was dropped at the front of Andy's ant home by the bee sisters as a present. So the ants had plenty of food for the winter. Andy's family of 1,000 ants were very grateful. They knew that this present of honeycomb came from Beatrice and her family, and they sent out from their hearts many, many thank yous. So, the thread of compassion started by Andy for Beatrice when he carried her all the way to her hive, wound all the way over till the fall, and got returned to the ant home and all the ants with the honeycomb food. All was well. So the moral of the story is, when you do a compassionate deed for someone, something good always comes back to you. Isn't that great? And if you want to see this story or hear it again, or even see other stories, go to nisanature.com, NISANATURE.com. Or if you're already on the website, then you can look for some other stories to see or read yourself. All right, see you again, and give me a call.